So continuing on with this, with the 3-joint link, we're going to put in a diameter on this outer circle. We'll make that 3/8, which is 0.375. And then we'll put in some lines. And if you adjust this just right, you can see that there's a tangent symbol there. And so in other words, right there and right there, those are constraints that make this line tangent. So you want to avoid snapping to one of these quadrant points because that will connect it there and it won't be tangent. So what you want to do is just, click at some point away from those points. And then as you move this along, you can see it's shining different icons, so that you want to pick the one when you see that the tangent icon is there. This one actually will connect right to the quadrant points because that's where it is in fact tangent. Okay, so tangency there, here, here. Notice that this line is blue. That means that it's not fully constrained, and the reason for that is Solidworks put in a tangency here, but it didn't put in a tangency up here. Okay, so sometimes if you move that around a little bit, it's connected to that circle, but the tangency isn't popping up. So I'm going to select this line, hold down the control key, and pick that circle, and then click that tangency. And now you can see that it is tangent and it's fully defined. Okay, if you don't want to see all these little icons showing you the constraints, you can always hit the eyeglass right there and just turn off the constraints, so the constraint icons. So anyways, down the bottom we see that it's fully defined. We're ready to go ahead and extrude this part. I'm going to turn the visibility back on for those constraints, and we will extrude this 1/8 of an inch, 0.125, and there's multiple closed contours in this sketch, so that's why Solidworks is asking us to select which contours we want to extrude. So that will be, I want that one, and this one over here. Okay, so now we have this part is complete. So we're going to save this part, and we can call this whatever, 3-joint link, and I'm going to put down 5 and then 2, just as some indication about the distance of the joints. Obviously that would probably be hard for somebody else to interpret, but at least gives me an idea of which 3-joint link we're talking about. So we'll go ahead and save that. And next I'm going to create a back plate to mount these two. And I think you have the idea now of how to create the part. So I'm going to pause the video, create that part, and then turn the video back on. So we've created this back plane or ground plane plate. If I click on this, you can see that it's just 8.5 by 11 inches there, and that the hole pattern just 2 inches high, and then 3 inches over and 7 inches over. So obviously you could rearrange these holes, put as many holes as you want, and we're going to use this in the assembly. Now the material here is brass. One thing that we pointed out before was that under options and file locations, you can select material database and specify location. So we're going to have our own folder for that. I'm going to have to stop here and pick up the next video.